problem with having a moron as president is that he was elected there democratically by a group of morons. If you voted for Donald Trump after what you saw in 2015 and 2016, and then elected him, and then you voted for him again in 2020 after witnessing everything, and then you voted for him in 2024 after witnessing his attempt to overthrow the government and all of the other nonsense, his fecklessness, and the shrouded secrecy around COVID and the just botched response to it. If you still voted for him again, I don't fucking care what you think about the price of eggs. I don't care if you're, oh, the gas is expensive. You're a moron. You have no loyalty to the United States of America and her people. You don't care about fundamental human rights. You don't care about decency. You don't care about being anti-racist. You don't. And I don't care if you voted for Trump and you're black or you're Hispanic or you're gay or I don't care. You're a fucking moron. It's just what it is. I'm not gonna parse words here and act as though, well, people had their reasons. No. And now we're gonna just languish in the mire and the muck of Donald Trump's policy decisions, up to and including the idiot tangents that he goes on in these press conferences, like yesterday when he's talking about renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. All of the talk of making things better for you in your pocketbook at the grocery store. Remember, groceries, such a simple word. It's eggs and bacon. Bleh. But instead, he's going to set his attention to, and by extension, set Congress's attention to, renaming the Gulf of Mexico. How the hell is that going to help you? How's that going to help me? How's that going to help anyone? What it's going to do is waste a lot of money because of a bill in the 90s, the unfunded federal mandates bill. I believe it was sponsored by a senator who went on to be the Secretary of the Interior, Dirk Kempthorne, an Idahoan. It's going to cost the government tens and tens of millions of dollars to change maps, to just think about everything when you see something that says Gulf of Mexico, how that would have to be changed to Gulf of America. The party that it wants to be good stewards of the American taxpayer dollars, that whines about public broadcasting or feeding kids lunch at school. Oh, it's too much. They're getting a free ride from us. The taxpayers deserve better. They're going to spend tens of millions of dollars on this. Anyway, here's this moment where Donald Trump's rambling about the beautiful change in the name of Gulf of Mexico.
Mexico's really in trouble, a lot of trouble. Very dangerous place. And we're going to be announcing a future date pretty soon. We're going to change because we do most of the work there and it's ours. We're going to be changing sort of the opposite of Biden, where he's closing everything up, essentially getting rid of $50 to $60 trillion worth of assets. We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America, what a beautiful name. And it's appropriate. It's appropriate. And Mexico has to stop allowing millions of people to pour into our country. They can stop them. And we're going to put very serious tariffs on Mexico and Canada, because Canada, they come through Canada too, and the drugs that are coming through are at record numbers.
The only thing I'm really shocked about is that he doesn't want to name it the Gulf of fucking Trump or something stupid like that. But leave it to Republicans. No idea too stupid, no idea too chaotic to actually introduce legislation to make Donald Trump's deepest whims a reality. Marjorie Taylor Greene was on with Russian acceptor of Russian money, Benny Johnson, talking about this, informing him that I have set my legislative staff to write a bill to put this as what we need to do. as though the rest of the world is just going to go along with it. The changing of the name of a body of water. It's arrogant. It's idiot. It's beyond insightful commentary just how much jackassery you can cram into 2 clips. Watch Marjorie Taylor Greene, another just certified fucking dum-dum.
January 20th, and I was so fired up watching the press conference today when President Trump said that he's going to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, that I directed my ledge staff to immediately draft legislation, and we are entering it right now to officially change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. And Congress has to do this because we have to fund the name change in maps. We have to fund the name change through all types of, like the military, FAA, et cetera. And it's absolutely the right thing to do. We change post office names all the time up here. You better bet we are absolutely going to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Let's go.
Okay.
Keep on. That's my donkey noise. That's my jackass noise that I hope becomes a signature play for people to go with when they talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Keep on. Look, I don't know whether this is a serious measure or some kind of a distraction to have people look away and look at from other more important, more chaotic things, more dangerous, damaging things that diminish our station on a world stage. I don't know. But I can tell you this, we're in for a hell of a ride over the course of the next 4 years. So, listen, I'm just a guy who has a YouTube channel, who has been just so lucky to have found a space and people appreciate what I say and they subscribe. I'm just a dude, just seriously, just a guy. Everybody's just a guy, I guess. But I'm oftentimes driven by my mood of the day, my irritation, my happiness, my joy, my elation, my empathy for people, my sadness, my emotions. Like anybody else, they inform how I react to things from day to day. And today's a day where I'm very irritated. I'm irritated at Donald Trump and Republicans and keep on morons like Marjorie Taylor Greene. But I'm also irritated with the American people, the majority of the American voters who decided Trump by a very slim margin, like 1.5%, that Trump was the force that was going to make America better. It was going to make American lives better. That was going to increase the quotient of freedom in the country, drive down the prices. They ruined it. And given outsized, increased power and influence to people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Donald Trump, a man so ill-deserving of power, of influence. I'm without words. Anyway, I hope you can find the words for me. You can comment below. That'll help the algorithm to share this content with new subscribers, possibly. I'm knocking on the door of 900,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Again, just a guy, very lucky, exceedingly lucky to be where I am. And it's because of you. And every day, it gets talked about around here, just how lucky we are. I love and appreciate you very much. You can also call the voicemail line, excuse me, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. I want to hear from you. Sound off there. Anyway, throat, emotions, not good. Please consider supporting this work. Become a channel member. Click the join button. $2 a month. You can go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/iDataPodcast. I'm all over the internet at Dollemore. You can follow me there. We can talk about things there. And I will see you next time. Be genuine. Take care, one another.